Hello, Vasu.
Yes, Balaji, nalla kekkudu. No problems.
Okay,
We'll start soon. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Sangi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Vasu.
Hello, Sangita.
Hello. பேர் என்ன போட்டீங்க? வணக்கம் வாசு.
வணக்கம் Sridhar. Come in. Welcome, please. Welcome all of you. We'll start in a couple of minutes.
Question lang கேட்டீங்களா? Hello.
It's bad.
Good evening, all of you. I think all your audio would have been muted. If you are joining late, please mute your audio and we will unmute whoever is singing or participating. Thank you very much for coming. A good evening to all of you. I'm sure everyone would have celebrated Vinayaka Chaturthi yesterday. It is just a catch up with a Zoom. With all these difficult times, we thought we will have a Zoom meeting and try to involve children to spread the cultural values of India. So let's start the event now. Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum Sasivaranam Sadurbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignoba Shantaye. I'm sure many people would have heard this poem and mantra many times. I think many people attribute it to the prayer to Ganesha. Some of the Vaishnavites attribute it to the prayer to Vishwaksena, who is the first god in Vaishnavism. But today is the day about discussion about Ganesha, the first lord. So Shukla Ambara means white sky. So the person who wears white dress, Dharam Vishnu means the one who wears, and Vishnu means who prevails everywhere. Sashi Varnam, the person who has a color of moon, bright white color, and Chatur Pujam, the one with 4 arms. Prasanna Vadanam, smiling face. Dhyaye Sarva Vignoba Upashantiye, which means I meditate to remove all the obstacles. So let's pray him to remove all the obstacles and hope that this meeting goes well. So to start with, I'll share some slides and then we will start with the story. We will try to make it as interesting as possible. And just give me a minute while I make this technology work. So I hope that you should be able to see some slides in a minute. Just a minute. Just give me a second. I'll get the slides on and then we'll start the program on. Sorry for the technical default. We'll get this working very quickly. So I'm going to share some slides because we're going to have interesting things. We're going to have quizzes, cultural programs, everything. So I hope that you will be able to see all these things. So let me get this PowerPoint slides first, and I'll play that to you. And as it goes on, we should be able to carry on with the program. So I hope everyone can see the slides. If any problems, type it in the chat section, and hopefully my friends will have a look and unmute and talk to me. So first song, who else to start with? The motivator of our group, Dr. Subbu Ganesan, consultant community pediatrician. He has gone to Devon on a holiday, but still he is joining us on video platform and he is going to sing. So I'll stop this share for a second and hopefully Subbu, I'll unmute yourself and hope you can start the song. Can you start the video also, please?
Okay, can you see me also and can you hear me?
Yes, we can. If you go to speaker view, hopefully you can all see Subbu singing in a very nice manner. Let's start now. Can you all see Subbu? If anybody has problems, type in the chat. So we start with a nice song from Subbu and then we'll carry on with story, quizzes, and lots of other things. Thank you, Subbu. Please start.
Thank you, Vasu, and I would like to thank you and your team for this opportunity. And it's a very
Our team.
that you have started, and I think it's a 3rd or 4th year in running now. And I'm representing the great legend singers today. So it is those who don't know legend singers. It is a group of fantastic singers. I would say that it's a grooming karaoke singing group based at Leicester. And if you come to Leicester, please join us. We are an enthusiastic group, and I'm going to sing a Ganesha song today, which is very close to my heart. I learned this from my party, we call as a grandmother in English. And I would like to sort of dedicate this song to her. I would like to start. Mushikavagana Modagasta Mushikavagana Modagasta Chamarakarna Vilambida Sutra Chamarakarna Vilambida Sutra Vamana Rupa Mageshwara Putra Vamana Rupa Mageshwara Putra Vigna Vinayaga Pada Namaste. Vigna Vinayaga Pada Namaste. Jaya Jaya. Thank you, Vasu, and all.
That's a nice start. Thank you very much for giving us such a nice start. Let's carry on with the program. Now I'm going to share the slides once again, and I hope this time I don't struggle so much. So I hope everybody can see the slides now. And first of all, we'll start with disclosures. This is a cultural entertainment program. So Rice and our team, we have done lots of events. We celebrate Christmas, and for the last 4 years, we have been doing a Santa event very successfully in our community. We celebrate Ganesh Puja at Diwali. Also, we celebrate Bakrid. So this is not like a religious. We all think all the gods are same and powerful. We want to inculcate that attitude in the children to respect each other and respect all religions. So rather than religious program, we want to promote it as a program which is going to give good morals to children, the younger generation. So that's the disclosure. There are lots of stories we are going to discuss. Of course, you might argue saying that my story is wrong. There are various versions. Even if you compare the North Indian mythology and South Indian mythology, it's different. So there are a variety of stories. Even for one story, one reason, I'm going to tell 3 or 4 different stories from different parts of India, what they say. So if there are mistakes, please bear with me. It's my humble understanding of the story. So with that introduction, why are we talking about Ganesha today? Ganesha is the first god. In Hindu mythology, whenever you start anything, you pray to Ganesha. The thinking is that if you pray to Ganesha, all your obstacles will disappear and you will be successful. What is the meaning of Ganapati? Ganapati is the name of the god we are going to discuss today. Gana means there is a Gana, the people, the soldiers of Shiva. So for that, Pati means the leader. So he's the leader of all the gods. So that is why we are praying him. The other word we use mostly in South India is Vinayaka. Even in North India, we use that. Vinayaka has various meanings. Vinayaka means the person without any leader. So Ganesha doesn't have any leader. He is the supreme leader to whom we need to pray. The other one is Vinayaka, which means all the obstacles, Vinayas, the obstacles will all be removed by this God. So mainly we are promoting this to children. So if you want to have no obstacles, the best thing is to pray to the god, and the simplest prayers could be offered to Ganesha. So with this introduction, I'm going to call Aravind Suresh, a second-year student from London School of Economics and a strong supporter of all the cultural events in Leicester, to give us a nice song. Suresh, Aravind, are you here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you, Aravind. Do you want to start singing? We'll go to speaker view so that we can see the face of Aravind. Aravind, you can start singing, please.
Okay, so I'm going to sing Sri Ganesha Charanam. Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana. Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana. Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana. Deva Munivar Panim Dayakara. Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana.
Sorry, Aravind, I can't hear you. I think it's muted due to some technical problem. Can you start again? I'm sorry. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana. Devar Munivar Panim Dayakara. Sri Ganesha Charanam Gajanana. Devar Munivar Panim दयाकर श्री गणेशा शरणौ गजानन देवर मुनिवर पणियुं दयाकर श्री गणेशा शरणौ நாகபரணனே நான் மறை போற்றும் நாகபரணனே நான் மறை போற்றும் நாமனே பிரணவாரு பானே ஜய ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சரணோ கஜானன தேவர் முனிவர் பணியும் தயாகர ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சரணம் பதம் நம்பும் ராமதாச அரதனே மோதக பிரியனே கௌரி சுதனே பாதம் நம்பும் ராமதாச அரதனே மோதக பிரியனே கௌரி சுதனே ஆதிதேவன் நருள்ளையில் வேதனும் மாலும் செய்தொழில் உண்டோ ஆதிதேவன் நருள்ளையில் வேதனும் மாலும் செய்தொழில் உண்டோ ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சரணோ கஜானன தேவர் முனிவர் பணியும் தயாகர ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சரணோ கஜானன தேவர் முனிவர் பணியும் தயாகர ஸ்ரீ கணேசா சரணோ 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 சரணோ
Super, Aravind. I know you are very busy today. Despite your busy schedule, you have come to sing for us. Thank you very much, Aravind. Thanks for all your support. It was a nice melodious song. We all enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think now I'm concentrating mainly on children. So we are aiming to tell stories to children. So basically, I'll keep it very simple to make sure that all the children understand it. That is the aim. But if you have any comments, type in the chat section. So how was Ganesha born? I'm sure you can see the slides. I'm sharing a few slides. So there is a mythological story. We don't know whether it is true, but that's a nice story what we have all heard. So Shiva and Parvati are parents of Ganesha. I'm going to have a quiz at the end. So I'll ask a few things from what I have told also. So Shiva and Parvati are the parents. So they live in Mount Kailash. So all the servants of Shiva, all the gods are serving Shiva, and Parvati feels that there is nobody to help her or to serve her. So what she does is, while she's bathing, she uses some turmeric, and some stories say she uses clay, some say herbal paste, but mainly it's turmeric, and she makes a small shape and she breathes her life. Parvati or Shakti is the god who has lots of energy. So breathes her energy into this toy and it becomes Ganesha, a very beautiful boy, small boy. And Ganesha is very respectful to the mother, and he comes and says, "Thank you, mother, and what should I do now?" So Parvati is going to have a shower or a bath. So she says, "Okay, you take care of the door and make sure you guard the house while I go and have a shower." And she goes to have a shower. At that time, Shiva comes and Ganesha stops him at the door, says, "I can't allow anything because my mother said don't allow anybody, so you can't go in." But Shiva gets angry. He says, "I am the master of the house. This is my house, so you should let me in." But Ganesha says, "No, I won't let you in." because mother told me, so I can't let you in. Shiva gets angry. He calls all the other gods who serve him. These are called Ganas. Ganas means the people who serve him. Deva Ganas, these are called. So these Ganas come and says, remove this small boy and throw him out. I need to go into the house. So the Ganas come and try to fight with Ganesha, and Ganesha fights everyone. Ganesha is very powerful. He is made by the energy from Shakti, Parvati god. So he fights all the Ganas and he wins. Then Vishnu comes to fight with him. That's how the story goes. And Vishnu also loses the fight. And then Shiva gets angry and he uses a trident, the Trishul, and he passes the Trishul and cuts the head of Ganesha. And Ganesha's head is cut and Shiva is calmed down. Shiva gets angry and he starts dancing, Rudra dance. That's what we call Rudra Tandava. And he calms down. And then he tries to enter the house. That's when Parvati comes out of the house, notices that Ganesha has lost the head. She becomes very, very upset and angry. So Shiva then only realizes, okay, this is the baby that Parvati has made. And then he tries to calm Parvati, says, don't get upset. I will try to get him back to life. So he calls the Ganas, says, okay, all of you go north direction. Whichever living being you find first, bring the head, and I'll try to attach the head back to Ganesha's body and give life back. So these Ganas go in the north direction. The first animal they see, living being they see, is an elephant. So they cut the elephant's head and bring back, and then Shiva transfixes the elephant's head to the body of Ganesha and gives life. So it was the first ever head transplant in the whole world history Shiva has done. And then he breathes life. To pacify Parvati, he says that all the gods will give one power to Ganesha. So Ganesha has the power of all the gods, and he tells that whoever prays this Ganesha, then all the obstacles will go away. That is why we still pray Ganapati. And he will be the leader of all my army of Ganas. So he becomes Ganapati, which means leader of the Ganas. So that's the story of how Ganapati came into existence. I think it's a long story and many parts of the world believe this story. And then I'll go to the second story. Children have to respect parents. Why should we respect parents? Ganesha has taught us how to do that. And that is the best attitude. So the family is like this. So you can see Shiva and Parvati on the top of the hill. So they are living in Kailash mountain. Ganapati is the elder brother. He has a younger brother called Skanda or Muruga. In northern tradition, Skanda is considered as our elder brother, but in southern India, we consider him as a younger brother. So whatever it is, he's a brother of Ganesha. So one old lady called Avaya, she comes and she gives Shiva a fruit, which is like a very rare fruit. And she tells like, whoever eats this, he will get all the fame and he will live forever. Shiva doesn't want to eat it himself. As any parent, he says, I'll give it to my children, let them share and eat. But the Avaya, that lady, old lady says, no, you can't cut the fruit. Whoever eats the fruit has to eat the full fruit rather than cutting it. So he debates whom to give. Ganapati is the elder one. Shall I give it to the elder one who's more intelligent? Or shall I give it to the younger one who's the most pet for both the parents? So he's thinking. Then these two children start to fight like any children, okay? So Ganapati says, no, I need it. And Skanda says, no, I need it. So Shiva says, okay, I'll keep a competition. Whoever goes around the universe 3 times and comes back, they win the competition and they can have the fruit. Okay, he says. Ganesha's travel thing is, he travels on a mouse. So mouse goes very slow, whereas Muruga flies in a peacock or Skanda flies in a peacock. So immediately Muruga starts, he starts flying all over the universe 3 times. Ganesha keeps very calm and he has read Vedas. Vedas has said that if you rotate the parents, if you go around the parents, it is equivalent to going all around the universe. The meaning is that if you go around the parents and listen to them, you get all the knowledge that is obtained from the universe. So he takes the literal meaning out and he goes around his parents 3 times and tells that the Veda says this, and Shiva gives the fruit to Ganesha. So that's how the story goes. But the meaning is, the mythology tells us good values. One of them is respecting parents. So third story I'm going to tell is another small story. Then we will have some cultural program after that. Ganesha has only 1 tusk. If you look, elephants have 2 tusks. but Ganesha has only one tusk. The one on the right is broken. So why is this tusk broken? There are many stories for that. I'll tell at least 2 or 3 stories in today's program. But the first story I'm going to tell for this is the story of Gajamukha Sura. Asura means bad person. Okay, Asuras are bad people. They are opposite to Devas, gods. So they keep fighting in all the stories. So one of the Asura is called Gajamukha, which is like he also had like an elephant type face. So he prays to Shiva and he meditates a lot. Shiva is easily pacified. So once he meditates, Shiva comes and says, "What do you want?" He says like, "I want to make sure that I live forever and nobody, no human being or no god or no animal should kill me. And no weapon should kill me." Shiva gives the boon. Yes, that's done. And he goes away. But this fellow is a bad fellow, Gajamugasura. So he tries to trouble the whole world and he keeps troubling all the people. So all the devas, he says, they have to hold the ear and bend down 1024 times every day. So they are all tired. They go and pray to Shiva and tell like, "Shiva, you have to make us escape. This fellow is torturing us so much." So Shiva says, "See, I can't do anything. Go and ask Ganesha, he will help you." Ganesha says, "Yes, he can't be killed by human being or animal, but I have a face of an animal, body of a human being. I can kill him." So he goes and fights with this Asura. But this Asura has got another boon. He can't be killed by any weapon like a knife or a sword or anything. So he doesn't die. So what Ganesha does is he breaks his tusk and throws at the Gajamogasura. So tusk is not a weapon and it is a part of the body. It is very sharp. It goes to kill Gajamogasura. And suddenly he realizes the power of Ganesha. He turns into a mouse and comes and falls at the feet of Ganesha or Ganapati. And then he says, "I will pardon you, but you will be my animal to travel." So mouse becomes the transport vehicle for Ganesha. And that is how one story says why he had one tusk. Now, we will stop here and I'm going to ask Rati to sing a very nice Ganesha song now. And Rati is going to sing us a song called a Kirtana called Sri Gajanada. And this is Gambira Natai Ragam Adi Talam. And can I ask everyone to mute their videos, please? If you can, that will help us a lot. Rati, can you say hello? Let's see whether you can hear.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Can you start the song, please?
Sharanam Sajana Gana Pujitane Sharanam Shri Gajanata Mahaprabhu Charanam Sajana Gana Pujitane Sharanam Shri Nijanandane Shankar Pujikam Nirviharane Odi Vava Nijanandane Shankar Pujikam Nirviharane Odi Vava Shri Gajanatha Mahaprabhu Charanam Sajana Gana Bhujitane Charanam Shri Mooladharane Mukundanin Maruha Nala Vida Porule Arule Mooladharane Mukundanin Maruha Nala Vida Porule Arule Neelakandan Mahil Devi Lalitayudan Nityanandane Muruganudane Va Neelakandan Mahil Devi Lalitayudan Nityanandane Muruganudane Va Shri Gajanatha Mahaprabhu Charanam Sajana Gana Bhujitane Charanam Shri.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rati. Thank you. I think with that song, I think we are going to the next part. There is going to be lots of stories which are going to come in between. And please put your audio off because the screen gets shifted. So if you all can mute your audio, that will be a very big help for us to make it much, much clearer. Okay, thank you very much. So what we are going to do now is we are going to go for a quiz. So children, you might have heard the story. I'll start with some simple questions. We can go on to complex questions later on also. So if you know the answer, there is a chat button, you can type. Or if you don't want to type, that's perfectly fine. You can just keep the answers in your mind and find out whether you are right or wrong. So I'm going to share the screen, and then there'll be few questions which will come. I'll have like 12 or 13 questions. Then we'll go back to some more songs, and that is how the program is going to go on. So let me share the screen now. And thank you, Rati. So quiz. So you are all ready for the quiz, I assume. So let's start with the first question. So who made Ganesha as per Hindu mythology? So there are like 4 choices. First choice is Lord Parvati made Ganesha from 3 terabyte memory and 5 gigahertz processor. Lord Shiva made from soil and ginger paste. Lord Parvati made from turmeric paste. Lord Shiva made from a rare wood called atti wood. So I think you can type A, B, C, D, I think, and then you can check your answers. So I'll give a few seconds for you. If you don't want to type, that's perfectly fine. You can keep the answer in your mind. That's not a problem at all. I think most of us have put C, but one person has put a 3 terabyte memory processor. So the correct answer, I think many of you would know, it's I've told them Lord Parvati made from turmeric paste. So that is what we told. So Lord Parvati, while she was having a bath, had some turmeric paste and she made it. That is why now also we just make a small shape out of turmeric or clay and keep it and pray as God. So that is the story which came. So let's go to the second story. For those who have all got right, well done. I'm not scoring each and every one, but you can score yourself. Second one, Lord Ganesh has a human body and head of a, is it snake, tiger, elephant, or lion? I think your parents will note what you're answering. So you can tell the answers to your parents if you want also. So what shape is the head of Ganesha? I'm sure most of you would have got it. By this time, we have been repeating again and again. Ganesha has the head of an elephant. Well done to all the children who have answered it. We'll go to tougher questions as time goes on. Parvati is the mother of Ganesha. Who's the father of Ganesha? Is it Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, or Lord Varuna? I'll give you a few seconds for you to think. Can you all think? You don't need to answer, but chat, put it, type in the chat or type it or put it in the paper or tell your parents. The answer is Lord Shiva. Shiva and Parvati are parents of Ganesh, and he has a brother called Skanda or Muruga. That is what we discussed till now. Next, who removed the head of Ganesha as a child? Who cut the head of the Ganesha as a child? Is it Kumbhakarna, Lord Shiva, Brahma, or Naraga Asura? So who removed the head of Ganesha? I think if you know the answer, just type in chat or you can write it in a piece of paper. I think it is just a simple questions, but I'm sure you all will know the answer. Yes, most of you are right. It is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva didn't know it was his child and Parvati made this. So he becomes angry when he doesn't, when Ganesha doesn't allow way to go in his own house. So Lord Shiva removes the head of Ganesha. Next, where does Lord Ganesha live along with his parents Shiva and Parvati? Is it Andes mountain? Is it Parangimalai or St. Thomas Mount? Is it Mount Kailash or is it Mount Snowdon? I'm sure you would have heard all these mountains, but where does Ganesha and his parents Shiva and Parvati live? Yes, some people have said Parangimalai, but no, that's not the right answer. The right answer is Mount Kailash. So Mount Kailash is where the Ganesha and his parents and Muruga lived. Yeah. So Lord Ganesha has the following animal for transport. So you can put A, B, C, D if you want. Dinosaur, mouse, lion, bison. Which is the animal that Ganesha, the elephant-headed pot-belly god, uses for transport? Yes, most of you are right. It is mouse. You are right. He travels on a mouse, and you are right. So this is a prasadam or a prasad. It's a food that we give in the temple. Is called as prasad. In South India, called prasadam. What is this prasadam that is offered to Ganesha? It is very special. I'm sure many of you would have made yesterday. Is it called badak, jadak, modak, or rodak? I think one answer is right. So let's see what you are all typing. I didn't tell that. So as I said, I might ask a few questions which I have not discussed till now, but many of you got it right. Yes, you're right. It is modak. So modak is one of the things which we make out of steam, and there is some stuffing inside and we keep it. This is a typical shape. If you see, there is like it comes as a top on the tapering end. It symbolizes money bag. In those days, there was no money purse. So people used to have a money bag and they had a knot on the top and they traveled. If you see old people in India, they might still have that. So it is in the shape of a money bag. The reason why we do it is if you pray to Ganesha, you get all the wealth in the universe. So pray to Ganesha, you will become rich. That is the thing. So this is a grass called Cynodon dactylon. In Ganesha Puja, we put some grass near the god and pray. In Tamil, it is called, I'm sorry to use local languages, but I'll come to other languages also. Is it called Korapul, Sembarati, Arugampul, or Setupul? Some of these are tough questions for children, but just to keep you in the memory, I chose these questions. You know the answer? It is called Arugampul. The reason why I put this question is to pray Ganesha, you don't need any big difficult things. If you make a small shape out of clay, that is enough to pray as a god. You don't need beautiful flowers or garlands or even lots of costly things. Just even if you have a small amount of grass, you can put it and Ganesha will accept it if you pray with devotion. So he's a very, very simple god. Even the flower which we use in India, it's called as Hirukampu or Calotropis. These are the flowers which nobody can wear in the head because it has a sap inside it and it doesn't smell at all. So this is the flower which grows on the fields, on an open field. And that is the flower we use in India, in South India especially, as a garland for Ganesha. So Ganesha doesn't want rich things. What he wants is your sincerity while you pray. That is the simplicity of Ganesha. Next question. Shiva sends his Ganas to find the head of a living being for his son's transplant. Which direction does he ask the Ganas to go? I did tell it when I told the story. Is it north, south, east, or west? Can you all think which direction the Ganas went and found the first living being? And that was an elephant. Do you all know? Yes, many people have put the right answer. Correct. It is A, north. Yes, you are right. So put your audio on mute, but it is on north direction they went and they found the elephant. Next, we all know that I told a story about Gajamugasura and how he got a transport vehicle. But there is another story where they say like Lord of Gandharvas called Crouch. He made fun of Ganesha and Ganesha got angry and he transformed Crouch, the Lord, the leader of Gandharva. Gandharva are god for art and music. So these people are very talented and the leader of that person is called Crouch. And he transformed him into an animal. And then he gave him moksha and told him like, you can become my vehicle, and he becomes very famous. So what animal has he transformed into? Serpent, lion, mouse, or ant? It's the same sort of question, but it's a different story. So I wanted to tell you the story with this question. So I think most of you got right, mouse. So Gajamugasura going into mouse is one story, but there's another story where the Lord of Gandharva itself becomes a mouse. Then, when asked to come around the world, Lord Muruga or Skanda flew on a peacock around the world 3 times, whereas Ganesha traveled around 3 times. Which other thing? Did he go around Mount Kailash, or did he go around all 7 seas? Did he go around his parents, or did he go around Tirumala Tirupati hills? He traveled 3 times and won that competition. So does anybody know the answer for this? I think many people are typing. No, Harish, Devan is wrong answer. No, he didn't go around Devan. Yeah, parents. Many people got it right. Yes, it is both his parents. So he went all around his parents 3 times and he won the competition. Well done. So People who pray Ganesha are called as, there is a sect within the Hinduism. This sect is called as, this group is called as Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Ganapatyam, or Shaktam. Which is the right answer? I think I didn't tell you this during the discussion, but just for you to know, there are various groups within Hinduism and they pray each and every god. So what is the right answer? What is the people or sect who pray Ganesha called? Yes, most of you are right. I'm going to tell the answer. It's Ganapatyam. So people who pray Shiva are called Shaivites, and that group is called as Shaivism. The people who pray Vishnu are called Vaishnavism. Who pray Sakti or the lady god is called as Shaktam. Ganapati, there is a famous group, they are called Ganapatyam. Very, very famous in Marathi area and North India, as well as there are lots of people. But all the religions, all the groups within Hinduism also pray Ganesha. But these people pray Ganesha as a main god. Okay. Now, Ganesha has killed many asuras or bad people. One of the asura he killed is called as Matsara. Matsara means jealousy. We shouldn't be jealous at others. So we need to take the jealousy out of our minds. So that is what Ganesha has shown. So Ganesha takes a form and that god kills Matsara asura or jealousy. This god is called Vakratunda. And many of the hymns will say Vakratunda. What does Vakratunda mean? Vakratunda means the one who has a big belly, one who has a curved trunk, one who is a master of obstacles, one who is an elephant head. Please note all the four belongs to Ganesha, but I'm specifically asking what does Vakratunda means? That is what the question is. So I'll see whether anybody knows the answer. Yes. Many children have typed the right answer. I can see that. I think all of you have got right. It is Vakra means curved. Tunda means trunk. So the one who has a curved trunk is called Vakratunda. And the moral of this story is jealousy is not good and we need to remove it out of our minds. That is what it says. So with that introduction, I'll tell a small hymn or a prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarva Karyesu Sarvada. It's a very, very simple hymn. If you pray this, you will get lots of good things in your life. What it says is it's a prayer to Ganesha. Vakratunda means curved trunk, the one who has a curved trunk. Mahakaya, Kaya means body. So one who has a big body or a large body. Surya Koti Samaprabha. Surya means sun, Koti means million, Samaprabha. The one who has brightness or splendor of million suns. He's so bright as if there is million suns. All these denote Ganesha. So we are praising Ganesha by saying the one with a curved trunk, the one with a large body, the one who is like million suns. And what do you ask him for? Nirvignam, which means no obstacles. Vigna means obstacles. So don't give any obstacles. Kurume, for me, don't give any obstacles. Deva, Sarva. Deva means God. Sarva means all. Karyesu, all the jobs. Sarvada, all the time. All the time in all the jobs. Remove all the obstacles. That is what we pray. It's a simple prayer. And with that, I'll go to request Kavya Balamurugan, one of our young legends, to sing a song called Yeka Dantam. I'm going to stop the sharing the screen and we will let Kavya's screen here. So I'll pin her video. So Kavya, we can all see you. You're very beautiful and cute. Thank you very much for agreeing to sing a song. So are you ready, Kavya?
Yeah.
Okay, please, you can start the sing when you feel a song when you feel comfortable.
Ekadam Vinayakam Vignaharam Bhaja Gajananam Ekadantam Umasudam Vignaharam Bhaja Gajananam Mushikavahana Gajananam Modakahasta Gajananam Chamarakarna Gajananam Vilambita Sutra Gajananam Chamarakarna Gajananam Vilambita Sutra Gajananam Vamana Rupa Gajananam Maheshwara Putra गजाननं वामनरूप गजाननं महेश्वरपुत्र गजाननं विघ्नविनायक गजाननं पादनमस्ते गजाननं विघ्नविनायक गजाननं पादनमस्ते गजाननम् एकदन्तं विनायकं विघ्नहरं भज गजाननम् एकदन्तं उमासुदं विघ्नहरं भज गजाननम् मूषिकवाहन गजाननं मोदकहस्त गजाननं. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kavya. It was excellent song. It was excellent, and we all enjoyed it. Thanks for agreeing to sing the song. Thank you, Kavya. Thank you very much. Okay, next we go on to sharing the screen because you're going to have another couple of very nice stories coming now. So I will go to the screen to share the stories. So now I'm going to invite Krish and Kiran to tell some nice stories. Krish and Kiran, I'm just going to, can you unmute yourself? Is it possible? Krish and Kiran? Can you unmute, I think, yeah. Okay. Can you say
Master,
hello?
we
Let
can
me
hear you.
check whether I can hear.
Can you hear us?
Yes, just a minute. Yes, I can hear you. I'll start the slide. Do you want to start talking? I'll move the slides, please. Thank you. Yes, Krish, we hear you.
Hello everyone. Happy Vinayaka Chaturthi from Krish and Kiran Balaji. The first story we are going to be reciting is called Kubera's Downfall. Kubera is the god of wealth. One day, he held a lavish dinner party and invited all of the gods. As Parvati and Shiva could not attend, Ganesha was sent in their place. Ganesha was not happy with Kubera's behavior and began to devour all the food, and there was no food left. Still, he felt hungry and started eating all of Kubera's wealthy items and gold. And finally, he wanted to eat Kubera. A terrified Kubera ran to Lord Shiva for help, and Lord Shiva gave Ganesha a bowl of simple puffed rice, which satisfied Ganesha. Then the next story was Moral of Kubera's story. The story shows how greed and pride can be harmful towards a person. It is necessary to be considerate towards everyone. The next story is of Parvati's wounds. Ganesha was also known to be a very mischievous child. One day he was playing with a cat and was messing around with it and threw the cat onto the ground. Ganesha failed to notice it and continued to play. And when he felt tired, he decided to go home. When he reached home, his mum, Parvati, was wounded and crying out in pain. And seeing this, Ganesha rushed to her and asked her who did this. Parvati replied, "It's Ganesha who did this," as she disguised as a cat to play with Ganesha. Ganesha was very sorry for his behavior. The moral of Parvati's wound story. This story gives a very important lesson to treat others how you would like to be treated, and also to treat all animals in a gentle manner with care and affection. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Krish and Kiran. Very nice story. We all enjoyed it. It was an excellent story and it was wonderful. Okay, thank you. There are very nice morals. The Kubera story tells us that we shouldn't be proud and lose the consideration to other people. Very nicely said by Krish and Kiran. So we need to be humble. That is a very nice moral it gave. Parvati's story was very nice because if you torture a cat or if you do something harmful to any living being, everybody will suffer. So it says that God is in every living being. That is what the simple story said. Very nice, Krish and Kiran. You have been so helpful for all our cultural programs. You have actively participated, Krishan Karan. You are the superstars of our programs. Thank you very much for such a nice, interesting story. We really enjoyed it. So,
Thank you for the opportunity.
thank you. So you can see, I think Krishan Karan, did you make this Ganesha yourself? It's very nice and beautiful.
Yes. Yes.
And I can see the laddus and sweets also made out of things. That's very nice. That's the Ganesha made yesterday by Shiva and Rati. So as I said, we can make something out of clay or turmeric, and that itself is enough to pray. You don't need costly idols or sculptures to pray. Ganesha is such a simple thing, and you don't need to place flowers or anything. Even simple grass is enough. So I'll go with this to the next story called Ganesha writing Mahabharata. So we know Mahabharata and Ramayana are two big epics of Indian history. Okay, even Bhagavad Gita is a part of the Mahabharata, but Mahabharata is the longest epic. It's more longer and bigger than even Shakespeare's work and other English literatures. It has so many stories, and the tradition is that what we have as Mahabharata now is a small part of what was originally written by Vyasa, the saint whom you can see here with a beard. So Vyasa wrote Mahabharata. Please, can you all mute the audio because there is some disturbance. If you can all mute the audio, that would be very helpful. So Veda Vyasa or Vyasa is the person who's writing the Mahabharata. And to write it, in those days, there was no computers or typing instruments. So he wanted a scribe to write the Mahabharata. So who else can he ask apart from the most intelligent god, Ganesha? So he goes to Ganesha and asks, I'm sorry, I'm having some disturbance. Can we all mute? I will try to mute it. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to mute everyone, and then I'll tell the story. That will be very helpful if you don't mind. So please mute your screens. Okay, so Vyasa is going to Ganesha and asking him, can you come and write the story for me? And Ganesha is very busy. Whoever prays, the first god to pray is Ganesha, and he has to take care of all the living beings. So he says, I'm very busy. Then Vyasa says, no, you need to write for me. Then Ganesha says, okay, I'll write. But you shouldn't stop. Continuously, you should sing, and I will keep writing. And with that agreement, he writes Mahabharata. And while he is writing, his pen or the feather tip of the word thing breaks down. And he breaks his tusk and starts writing, it says. So that's another story of why his tusk disappeared. But Ganesha was the god who wrote Mahabharata for Vyasa. Vyasa is the author, but he was the scribe to write it. This is not just me telling. If you look at Ajanta Ellora paintings, and there are various paintings in old times, even this sculpture, what I show, Ganesha is writing for Vyasa. This is a very old sculpture made many, many centuries ago. Ganesha was known in literature starting from Rig Veda times. There are 4 Vedas. One of the Veda is called Rig Veda. This was written 1500 years before Christ. That is what literature says. In that, Ganapati is mentioned twice. So Ganapati has been prayed for at least, we know, like 3,500, 4,000 years. So it is a very old tradition that Hinduism has got. So with that, I'll go to the next story, Ganesha and Kaveri River. This is a very nice story. This sage is called, sage means like a teacher or a very famous priest. And this sage is called Agastya. And Agastya says, goes to north and prays to Shiva. And he gets Ganga in his small pitcher, that pot you can see. This is called a pitcher. He gets Ganga and comes down south. He's traveling to south. At that time, south, there is lots of drought. There is no water. So all the gods pray to Ganesha. Ganesha takes the form of a crow and goes and tips the pitcher so that the water goes down. When Ganga goes down, it falls as a river and it becomes Kaveri. Kaveri is one of the major rivers in South India, traveling along Karnataka and going towards Tamil Nadu in South India. So the history is that Ganesha tipped the pitcher to originate the Kaveri River. Kaveri River has come because of Ganesha, we think. It's again a mythological story. The last story I'm going to tell in this section is the story of Mahabaleshwar. Mahabaleshwar is a temple in India, and there is a Shiva idol. It is near a place called Gokarna. Okay, this idol, how it came, there is a story. Okay, this is a 10-headed god called Ravana. We know he is a villain in Ramayana. So Ravana is a very, very pious and very, very meditating person. He prays. He's a very talented person. He grows to Kailasha and he does lots of prayer. Shiva becomes very happy and he asks, what do you want? I want a Shiva idol. This is a Shiva idol. We all pray in the temple. You can see in the picture. And I want to take it to Lanka. Lanka is Sri Lanka or Ceylon in those days. In those days, it was Ceylon. Now it's Sri Lanka. I want to take it there where he is the king. And he wants to build a temple, and it should become the most powerful temple in the whole universe, he asks. Shiva is very happy. He says, yes, go, take away. And then all the devas become afraid. If it makes Lanka very powerful, then all the other people will lose their power. So what they say is, they go and pray to Ganesha. Ganesha, you need to stop him, what to do. But Shiva gives a condition. I'll give you this Shivalinga. You put it on your head and take it to Lanka. If you take it out of your head and put it down anywhere, then it won't come. It will become so heavy, you can't remove it from there. So that is the clause Ganesha uses. Ganesha gets transformed into a small boy, and he goes, and in the way, Ravana is flying in his Pushpaga Vimana. That is the aeroplane that he flies in. That is the mythology. While he's flying with the Shivalinga on his head, he has an urge to go for a urine, passing urine to pee. So he wants to go to the toilet. At the same time, he has the Shivalinga on the head. He can't keep it all the time. So he looks around, and Ganesha is standing there as a boy. So he asks, can you keep it on your head for 1 minute? I'll come back very quickly. I just need to go and pass urine and come back. That fellow, Ganesha, is a small boy, and he says, yes, I'll keep it only for 1 minute. You have to return within 1 minute. If not, I'll put it on the floor, he says. He says, okay, he goes. But there is a trick. God's making such a trick that he has to pass urine continuously. He has not passed urine since he started traveling from Himalayas, and he's coming down from Kailash. So he's passing urine. There are lots of water in his bladder, and he's passing urine continuously. 1 minute goes away. Ganesha says, see, 1 minute went away. I'm keeping down, and he keeps it down and runs away. And that is the place where the Shivalinga is fixed and called as Mahabaleshwar. The same story in South India is told as another way, where Vibhishana takes a linga of Vishnu and comes, and he places it in Tiruchi. And that is what we call as a rock fort temple. And that's the same sort of story. So there are various versions of the same story. So Ganesha comes into small forms. He can become as a human being and come and help to preserve the famousness of Deva. So that is the story it says. With this, I'm going to start asking a few other people to sing a song. So now I'm going to ask Shanti to sing a song, a small song. So,
thank you, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity. We will pray the Ganesha this time for this virus and COVID, everything should come to end very soon. So with that, I'll sing this song, yeah. Gauri Nandana Gajavadana Ganesha Varada Mampahi Gauri Nandana Gajavadana Ganesha Varada Mampahi Gajamukha Gajamukha Gananata Ganesha Varada Mampahi Gajamukha Gajamukha Gananata Ganesha Varada Mampahi Gajanana 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 Om Gajavadana Gauri Nandana Gajavadana Ganesha Varada Mampahi Ekadanta Gajanana He Ramba Gajanana Ekadanta Gajanana He Ramba Gajanana 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 Om Gajavadana Gauri Nandana Gajavadana Ganesha Varada Mampahi. Thank you.
thank you, Shanti. Thank you very much. So it was a nice song. Now we go to the children's favorite section next. We are going to quiz. So I hope everyone is ready for more quiz. There are going to be 3 rounds. This is the second round in the quiz. I want you to score yourself. I'm sure you will all have scored till now. So the next quiz question. So children, are you all ready? Okay, so you can chat, you can type in the chat, or you can tell your parents and find out whether these are right answers or wrong answers. So we'll go to the next question. Question number 14. We are going to tougher ones because this is round 2. Obviously, I might not have told a few stories, but this is another question. The axe in the Ganesha's hand. This is the axe you can see in the Ganesha's right hand. It was given to him by whom? Number 1, Lord Ram. Number 2, Lord Krishna. C, Lord Parasurama. D, Lord Dhumravarna. So do you all know who gave this axe to Ganesha? Just if you know, you can type A, B, C, D, or if you don't know, you can learn from the quiz. So don't get worried if you don't know. I think all the children are getting right answers. I hope parents are helping. One of them has said A or C, but yes, most of you have got right answers. So I'll tell the right answer. The right answer is Lord Parasurama. Lord Parasurama is a very famous saint. He's an avatar of Vishnu. Okay, so what he does is he kills lots of bad kings, sort of thing, and he is coming at the end to Mount Kailash to visit Shiva, and he becomes angry with Ganesha standing as a god, not guard at the door and as a watchman, and he's not allowing to go inside because Ganesha listens to whatever parents say, and Shiva is praying and he says, don't let anybody in. Same sort of story, and Parasurama becomes angry. He throws the axe. He's Vishnu's avatar, and the axe comes and hits his tusk and he loses a tusk. So one more story why Ganesha lost his tusk, but Parasurama then realizes and then he prays to Ganesha. So he gives his powerful instrument, the axe, to Ganesha, and he stops killing everybody and goes to Meru mountain and starts praying it. That's how the story goes. So it was given by Parasurama. So if you have got it right, well done. If not, good, you tried it. That's a great thing. So the next one, Heramba Ganapati. Now Shanti sang a song calling Heramba Ganapati. What does Heramba Ganapati mean? I know young children might not know it. Don't worry if you don't know this, but we will learn now. So Heramba Ganapati means the person who has 1 elephant head, 2 elephant head, 3 elephant head, 5 elephant head. Does anybody know what Heramba means? How many heads is the question that I'm asking? Yes, everybody is answering rightly. I can see that once again. I think all the children already know the story. I thought like I'm going to teach something, but children are so intelligent. They all know the story already. You are right. Heramba Ganapati means the one who has 5 elephant heads. Ganapati takes various forms to kill various bad people. So one of the form is Heramba Ganapati, who travels in a lion here, you can see. The commonest travel mode is mouse, but here to kill one of the Asuras, he goes in a lion. So Heramba Ganapati is one who has 5 elephant heads. Perfectly right. Okay, the another name of Ganesha, which Kavya sang today, called Ekadanta. What does Ekadanta mean? Do you know the meaning? The one who has Ekalavya as a friend, the one who fasts on Egadasi, the one who has a tusk of one tusk of an elephant, the one who has 1 elephant trunk. Ekadanta means what? I think many people are typing. I can see that I'm giving some more time for people to answer. I think many people are answering very rightly. Thank you very much for participating. Perfect. Thank you. Somebody has typed the answer itself. I'm not going to name each and every one, but the right answer, you're all right. It means that the one who has 1 tusk, Eka means 1, tusk is called the teeth or tusk. So one who has 1 tusk is called Ekata. Next one, Ganesha is also called as a Lambodara. What does Lambodara means? The one who has pot belly, the one who walks very slowly, the one who has mouse as vehicle, the one who comes first in any action. Does anybody know the answer? Yes, many people are typing it. Yes, you're right, everyone. Till now, yes, some of you have got wrong, but yes, Lambodara means the one who has a big, big, big pot belly. So elephant god always has a big belly, and we provide lots of snacks during the puja. So the one who has pot belly is called Lambodara. Very good, all of you. The Ganesha is also called as Vigneshwara. What does Vigneshwara mean? The one who is beautiful, the one who is having an elephant tusk, the one who is a lord of obstacles, the one who is a lord of sea. So what does Vigneshwara mean? So I'm waiting for people to tell the answer. We'll wait and you can assess yourself. If you know the answer, think about it and we'll come to the answer. Yes, I think most of you have got it right. Vigna means obstacle. So Lord of obstacle. It means that he removes the obstacles. So Lord of obstacles, the one who removes obstacles is called as Vigna Eshwara or Vigneshwara. So the next question, question number 19. You can see the lot of obstacles here. Ganesha was a scribe. He wrote one of the epic. He was not an author. He was a scribe to one of the epic. I told this. What is this epic? Ramayana, Mahabharata, Vinayaka Gita, Hanuman Chalisa. Which one did Ganesha literally write? So people, do you know the answer? Yes, you're all typing it. Very good. It's a very easy question, I know. It's Mahabharata. The greatest epic of Indian culture, Mahabharata, was written by Ganesha. That is what mythology says. But the author is Vyasa. Vyasa is the author. Okay, so Mahabharata. Then Ganesha rode on a rat and he took an avatar and he killed one of the demon called Ahamkara Asura. Ahamkara means pride. The one pride he wants to remove. The one who's very proud and becomes very egocentric. That is called Ahamkara. Ahamkara was killed by Ganesha with the following avatar. Is it Dhumravarna, Mahodara, Vigna Raja, Vikata? It's a very difficult question. I have not discussed this before. So let's see how many of you have asked your parents. Let's see whether your parents are right. So keep typing the answers. Let's see A, B, C, or D. Yes. Let's see what others get. I'm waiting for a few more times. It's a very, very difficult question. We are going to difficult ones now. So don't get worried, but we will learn these answers as the day goes on. It's called Dhumra Varna. Dhumra Varna means, Dhumra means smoke. Varna means color, the one who smoke colored. So in this, you can see he is like a color, grayish color, dark grayish color. So in the smoke color, he comes and he kills Ahamkara. So that is what. So the moral of the story is you shouldn't be having pride or bad qualities. You should be considerate to others. So that is what it teaches us. Then 21, Ravana's linga was taken by Ganesha as a small boy and he dropped it on the floor. And this is where this temple is. Is it in Mahabalipuram, Kanjipuram, Mahabaleshwar, Lingapuram, which is the place where Ganesha came as a small boy and took the linga or idol of Shiva from him, from Ravana, and placed it down. It's a very famous temple. Yes, most of you are right. It's called Mahabaleshwar. It's very near Gokarna, Mahabaleshwar. This is a very interesting question. Your parents should help you with the answer. Ganesha's daughter. Many people think Ganesha is a bachelor in South India, but in North India, he has two wives and he has a daughter. There are various mythologies. But Ganesha's daughter became very famous in 1975 when there was a Hindi film, Bollywood blockbuster made on her name. And this god is prayed on Fridays, and the mythology, the belief became that if you pray this god, Ganesha's daughter, all ladies started praying, she will become very peaceful. All problems in the family will be sorted out. So what is this Hindi movie called? Your parents should help you with this. Jai Ganesha Vignesha, Jai Mataji Ganapatya, Jai Santoshima, Jai Kali Amma. So let's see, it's a difficult question. Children might not know. This came in 1975, but it was a very, very, very famous blockbuster Hindi movie. And one of the very famous God-related movies. So let's see. Yes, most of you have got it right. But if you have not got it right, don't get worried. It's just to tell that in mythology, Ganesha also has a daughter. It's called Jai Santoshima. Yes, you're all right, most of you. So Santoshima is the daughter of Ganesha, is the thinking. And this became famous after this Hindi movie came, actually. Okay. And Ganesha took a form of a crow and he tipped the jug of Ganga water with Saint Agastya. And it became a big river. This river is called Vaitarivi, Brahmaputra, Kaveri, Ganeshatri. What is the name of the river? It's a very famous river in South India. Yes, most of you are right. I know it's a very, very easy question because I told you the story. It's river Kaveri. Yes, Kaveri was formed because of Ganesha is the mythology that we have. This is a very difficult question. Each god has a seed mantra or a bija mantra. Seed means it's a bija mantra. So all the prayers for this god comes with this sound. Shiva has one, Shakti has one. So Ganesha has a bija mantra or a seed mantra. And what is the seed mantra is the question, but it is called Om Gam Ganeshaya Namaha. And that is what the question was. I've told you the answer because it's a difficult question. Gan is the answer. Gan means the vibration. It becomes like peace. And Ganesha had this bija mantra. Bija mantra means seed mantra. So now I'm going to invite Sonia. And Sonia is one of our very, very intelligent younger generation persons. And she has actively participated in many of our programs. And I'm just waiting for the screen of Sonia. Sonia, can you unmute yourself? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just let me pin your video. Just can you hold on the screen, please? Just give me a second. I'm just going to pin your video. Give me a minute. Just a minute, Sonia. Please hold on. I'm pinning your video so that everybody can see you as well as the slide. So I assume you are going to tell us a story of Ganesha and the moon. Is that right, Sonia?
Yes, I'm going
Sonia,
to tell you about the story of Ganesha and the moon.
we are looking forward. Thank you very much. Please start. Yes, we can see the screen. Your screen is shared, but you need to unmute yourself. We can't
Yeah.
hear you. Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, please start.
So today I'm going to be talking about a very famous Ganesha story called Ganesha and the Moon, and explain to you why you should not look at the moon on Ganesh Chaturthi. There are many variations to the story, but I'm going to tell you the one that I'm most familiar with. One day, Ganesha went to all the houses on his birthday to eat laddus with his favorite snack with his vehicle, the mouse. After eating so many laddus, Ganesha becomes so full that on the journey back, the mouse couldn't carry him properly. But the mouse persisted and carried him until he saw a giant cobra. The cobra scared the rat, and because the rat was so scared, Ganesha fell off him. As Ganesha went to get back onto the mouse, the moon, also known as Chandra, started laughing. Ganesha's eyes began to burn in a deadly anger. Ganesha said, "How dare you laugh at me, Chandra?" But Chandra carried on laughing. Ganesha got so angry and picked up his battle axe and hurled it at Chandra. The moon was so stunned and his bright light was beginning to fade. The gods looked from the heavens and began to wonder where Chandra had gone. "Why are the heavens in darkness?" one of them said. Peering down, they saw Ganesha with an angry face. The gods found out what had happened and went down to Ganesha to calm him down. After calming him down, they told him he must restore Chandra's light, as the heavens are dark without him. Ganesha finally agreed on 2 conditions. Ganesha said that the moon won't shine full and bright every day and only on one day in a month. On the other days, he won't be there at all, or there will only be a bit of moon. Finally, he said, if anyone looks at the moon on Ganesh Chaturthi, then they will be accused of a crime they have not committed. The moon was very unhappy, but this is what he deserved for laughing at Ganesha. Therefore, on Ganesh Chaturthi, which was yesterday, you shouldn't look at the moon, otherwise you will be accused of a crime you have not committed. Remember, there are variations of the story, and this is the one I'm most familiar with. Thank you for listening.
Super. If you can stop sharing the screen, that will be helpful, Sonia. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's very, very nice story. Yes, I think this story as follows up in Krishna's story also, where Krishna is blamed for stealing a gem called Sayantra. So that continues, and it is a very, very famous belief. Sonia, it was a very, very nice storytelling, and we all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for that. It was an excellent storytelling, and thanks for all your participation. We have to appreciate a couple of other people's also. I'll tell you, there are lots of people who helped the Rice Foundation. Parul, it is your birthday yesterday, I think. Parul and Kaushik support us a lot. Thank you very much. It is Dia Prem Kumar's birthday today. So Dia, if you are here, happy birthday. And there are many other people I have missed, but thank you very much all for the continuous support to all of our groups. Thank you. So now I'm going to share the screen once again. So you need to bear with me with this. And we are going to carry on with the storytelling thing. I'm just going to get the screen ready if you don't mind. Okay. Okay. Now the next one. Just let me move the slides. Now I'm going to invite Sonia's father. Yeah, he's very famous, Dr. Sridhar Arani, a famous singer. He sings in most of our programs. Plus, he's a pediatric rheumatology specialist in Children's Hospital in Leicester Royal Infirmary. And I've invited him to sing a song. Thank you, Sridhar Garu, for all your help. I'll stop sharing the screen now and I'll let you sing or share your screen. Sridhar Garu, are you here? Thank you.
Thank you, Vasu. Thank you. It's absolutely a wonderful program. Thoroughly enjoying. I think this is quite a great insight into our traditions and culture. Thank you for all the hard work, and wishing you all the families very, very happy Ganesh Chaturthi, and in Kannada they call it Ganesha Habba, and also Pillayar Pandigai. I hope you had a lovely time yesterday, and wishing you and all the families very, very happy, I would say, healthy, happy, and successful, peaceful, and prosperous New Year, and that's the thing as well. So that's where I think the Ganesha festival is so widely celebrated in all our groups. So now this is a very popular song called Ekadantaya Vakratundaya, and this song was produced for a movie called Virid, and this was released in 2005. And this song was sung by a very, very popular singer. Most of you know Shankar Mahadevan. So it's a Sanskrit song, and this is my humble attempt to sing this great song. So I'll share you the video which I produced yesterday, so you can hear the song.
गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि गानचतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुकाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकमनसे गुरुपूजिताय गुरुदैवताय गुरुकुलस्त्रायिणे गुरुविक्रमाय गुह्यप्रवराय गुरवे गुणगुरवे गुरुदैत्यकलाक्षेत्रे गुरुधर्म सदाराध्याय गुरुपुत्रपरित्रात्रे गुरुपाचण्डकण्डकाय गीतसाराय गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि दूतगुल्पाय एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
सर्वराजाय गन्धाय सर्वगानश्रवणप्रणयिने
गाढानुरागाय ग्रन्थाय गीताय ग्रन्थार्थतत्त्वविदे
गुणवते गणपतये
ग्रन्थगीताय ग्रन्थगेयाय ग्रन्थान्तरात्मने गीतलीनाय गीताश्रयाय गीतवाद्यपटवे गेयचरिताय गायकवराय गन्धर्वप्रियकृते गायकादीन विग्रहाय गङ्गाजलप्रणयवते गौरी सनन्दनाय गौरी हृदयनन्दनाय गौरवानुसुताय गौरी गणेश्वराय गौरी प्रणव्याय गौरप्रवणाय गौरभावाय धीमहि मोषहस्राय गोवर्धनाय गोपगोपाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha.
Yeah, super serious. Brilliant.
Thank you, Sridhar Garu. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. It was a pleasant, nice song. We all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for such a nice devotional song.
Thank you, Vasu. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sridhar. You always, inspire legends. So thank you so much from legends.
I think it's a great appreciation to have an appreciation from the legend Kavi.
Kavi, I'm
Thank
not
you,
legend.
legend Kavi.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I have apologies for any mistakes with all the Sanskrit words. Thank you.
Such a nice song. So we'll carry on. We are running because all the people are so punctual and on time. We'll be finishing before time. So please bear with us. Another half an hour. We should be finished now. So we know about Visarjan. So the story of Visarjan is that we make God in clay, and on odd days like 5th day, 7th day, or 11th day, we go and put it on the sea or in any water body, and we dissolve the God. That is to show that nothing is permanent in this world. Okay. So we need to remember that and be considerate to others in the world. So God itself is like we dissolve everything. So that tells the need to look at the world and help others. That is the theory behind this Visarjan. And who made this Visarjan famous? The real history is Visarjan used to be done in small scale within families till 1893 in India. But in 1893, India was under the British rule and Indians were fighting against the British rule. There was this person whom you can see on the left called Lokamanya Bala Gangadhara Tilak. He is called as Tilak. Lokamanya means the person who's friendly and leader for people. So he is very famous and he fought for Indian independence. So he thought like, why not bring the community around? So let's get Ganesha festival in the street. There is no basis dividing the caste or religion. We'll all celebrate it together. So that is the first time in 1893 he introduced this concept of Ganesha Chaturthi community festival. And that way he promoted togetherness in the community and he promoted the fight for Indian independence. So Tilakar or Balagangadhar Tilak or Lokamanya is the famous person who brought Ganesha very famous in 1893. And as I said, in South India, Ganesha is considered as a bachelor, but in North India, he is found with two other gods called Riddhi and Siddhi. Riddhi means prosperity. So if you pray Ganesha, you will get prosperity. Siddhi means attainment. It means you get better attainment. So these are not like his wives, but it is like if you pray the God, he has these qualities and he will give you. The other quality which is mentioned is Buddhi. Buddhi is another God. Buddhi means intelligent. You become very literate, you become very knowledgeable. So if you pray God, you get Buddhi or intelligence. So that is why we pray God. Now, with this introduction, I'm going to invite Dr. Rajiv Vedantam, one of our famous singers and the one who organized the Raga festival. And he works a lot for communities, not just the singing, which is the need, but he tries to inculcate good art and singing qualities in young children. He works hard for lots of young children to come to the stage. So that is the greatest quality we appreciate from Rice Foundation. Plus, he is a famous cartoonist. He is an obstetric anesthetist. But the main thing is any cultural program representing Leicestershire, he will be there. He has represented Leicester in the national arena also. So welcome, Rajiv, and please present your song. And thank you very much. Yeah, we can't hear you. You need to unmute, I think. Yes. Can you talk? Let's see whether we can hear you. No, we can't still hear you, Rajiv Garu. Sorry, Rajiv. No, we can't hear you. Don't worry. If not, we can postpone. We can't hear you. Try to see whether you can. Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh,
can
great.
you say
Thank
hello
you.
once? Yeah, we
Hello,
can hear
hello,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you.
Okay, I'll start. So thank you very much for Rice Foundation and for Vasu for all your efforts, and thanks for inviting me. So I'm going to sing today a song called Vigna Rajashri Vinayaka, composed in Shuddha Danyasi Raga. And this is composed by Mr. Meenakshi Sudan. So विघ्नराजश्री विनायक वरसिद्धिदायक विघ्नराजश्री विनायक वरसिद्धिदायक नमो नमोस्तुते विघ्नराजश्री विनायक वरसिद्धिदायक नमो नमोस्तुते विघ्नराजश्री रत्नखचित मकुटाभरणा रत्नखचित मकुटाभरणा रत्नखचित मकुटाभरणा मणि कुण्डलमण्डित कुमार गुरुवर कुण्डलमण्डित कुमार गुरुवर विघ्नराजश्री विनायक वरसिद्धिदायक नमो नमोस्तुते विघ्नराजश्री गगार नाम गणेश्वर गणप्रिय गगार नाम गणेश्वर गणप्रिय गुणानुग्रह गण्य सेवित गुणानुग्रह गण्य सेवित गुणाकृतिकर गुण परिपालक गुणाकृतिकर गुण परिपालक मूषिक वाहन मीनाक्षी सुरनुत मूषिक वाहन मीनाक्षी सुरनुत विघ्नराज श्री विनायक वर सिद्धिदायका नमो नमोस्तुते विघ्न राजश्री Thank you very much.
Superb, Rajiv, superb. Such a nice voice. And I think in Zoom, we have been struggling since this Corona started with various Zoom meetings. This is the clearest voice and audio that I have heard. No disturbance at all. Such a nice quality. I think you are master and you need to teach us how to get this perfection later on. But the main thing is you encourage young children and amateurs to sing. That is the greatest quality we appreciate. Keep doing the great job. It was a nice song. We all enjoyed it. Thank you, Raji. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now I think we are going to go back to a few more slides for quiz for children. So children, come back. You need to get active now. We will start with the quizzes. And this is a third round of quiz. So obviously it is going to be a bit tougher. Don't get worried if you don't know. We are all here to learn. And let's start. Ganesha is a lord of letters and learning. So if you pray Ganesha, you become very literate and knowledgeable. In this respect, he is a consort of which god? Siddhi, Buddhi, Riddhi, Vidhi. So there are 4 gods, but I am asking which god is specifically associated with letters and learning and intelligence. Obviously, yes, I think most of you have got it right. I can see that. Yeah. And yes, you're all right. Yes, Buddhi is the right answer. Well done, children. So Buddhi means learning. So you're all right. Now, this is more difficult. I have not discussed this before. What is the name of the serpent? You can see a snake in Ganesha's tummy around. What is the name of this god? Name of the serpent, which is wrapped in God's neck or tummy. Most of the time it's in tummy. Sometimes it is in the neck. Is it called, the snake is called Sakta, Vasuki, Tilaka, or Sarasa? So does anybody know the answer? So let's see how many have got it right. I think all of you have got it right. So there is no point in me telling stories. I think everybody know. The main thing is for parents to encourage to tell children these stories, because we need to carry it. It has come for 4,000 generations, 4,000 years and generations. We need to pass it to the next generation. So you are all right. Yes, it is Vasuki. So the Kubera story, when we said Ganesha falls, and the first thing he does is he doesn't want food to come out. So he pulls the snake and ties it in his tummy. That is how the story goes for comedy. But this Vasuki is another snake, comes in another part where the gods and the asuras, they try to dig the sea and get the amrita, and to tie that thing, the Vasuki is used as a rope, the snake. So that is how we got amrita, it says in another story. So according to Kundalini Yoga, there is a yoga form called Kundalini. There are various chakras in the body. This is a question for adults, basically, because children might not know. Which chakra is known for Ganesha? So is it Mooladhara, Manipura, Swadhisthana, or Sahasrara? So there are 7 chakras in the body in various parts. So among these chakras, which is the one for Ganesha? All these are names of chakras. So which is the one for Ganesha is a question. Let's see whether the parents have answered, because now whatever you're answering, I think it should be coming from parents. Yes, most of you have got this also right. I can see that, except 1 or 2. Most of you have got it right. Yes, you're right. It is Mooladhara. So according to this Kundalini Yoga, there are 7 chakras. We start at the bottom called Mooladhara. It is a base. So you control your base and posture yourself. Next, the sacral plexus is called Swadhisthana. Then Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Anya, and Sahasrara. So Ganesha is known for the one in the red called Mooladhara base. So Ganesha is the base for any yogic and tantric practice for attaining spirituality. Only if your base is strong, Mooladhara, then you can attain Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra on the top. So pray Ganesha, you can ascend. That is what it says. So according to the Purana, Shiva Purana, there is a book called Shiva Purana, Ganesha also has 2 sons. I think people might think, why do we need to know about this? But if you look, Gujarati tradition is when they start the new year, they write the name of these two gods in a paper, just names, they write it and they pray. These two gods are called, what are they? Choice number 1, Shema and Laba, 2, Kusha and Lava, 3, Kurma and Lama, 4, Kshatriya and Lavya. So which are the two sons of Ganesha? I think during Diwali, before Diwali, Gujarati New Year starts, we write it in a piece of paper and pray. So let's see how many of you have got right. I think lots of people are still typing in chat. Thank you very much. Keep it coming. It's very good. I can see that. Yes, most of you got it right. It's Shema and Lava. Shema means good health and peace sort of thing. Lava means profit. Those are the two things we pray for. And it is just written in a paper and pray these names. The mythology is that it is the son of Ganesh. If you pray Ganesh, you will get these things also. And in 1893, one person transformed immersion of Ganesha idol ceremony to a big community event. Who's that person? Lokmanya Tilak, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Mahatma Gandhiji, Swami Dayanand Saraswati. In Indian independence, this is a very, very famous name. Yes, people are typing, keep it coming. Chat, it's good that I can see people are still awake. Well done. Yes, you have all been hearing to the story. So it's Lokmanya Bala Gangadhar Tilak, or step A. The choice A is the answer. Next one. Ganesha, we think is Indian god. It's not. It is prayed all over the world. Okay, so I'm going to give a few examples. These are questions for parents. So parents will help the children to type the answer. There is a god called Maha Rakta Ganapati. Rakta means red or blood. So Maha Rakta Ganapati is a form of Ganesh. It is considered as a form of another community god called Bodhisattva Avati Lokeshwara. And this god is prayed in which country? It is Tibet, China, Mongolia, or Bhutan. In one of these Asian countries, Ganesha is prayed as Maha Rakta Ganapati in red color. Does anybody know the answer? Let's see how many people have typed the right answer. Keep it coming. Let's see whether you know the international Ganapati names. Yes, Tibet. In Tibet, God is prayed as in red color, Maha Rakta Ganapati. So Ganesha is famous internationally. In one of this country, Ganesha raised the father of the community leader. The leader is called Sakya. Sakya Hairan. He raised it above Mount Meru to show him to this land. And this is the person is the father of Pakspa. Pakspa is the famous person who started this Sakya tradition in this country. Which country is this? Where Ganesha raises this person and makes him the lord of that country. And in this country, still Ganesha is prayed. Is it Tibet, China, Mongolia, or Bhutan? Sakya tradition is practiced in which country? And here, Ganesha is known to start this tradition. Let's see what people are coming with. I think this is a difficult question. I can see it from the answers which are coming. It is Mongolia. Mongolia is a country in between China and Russia. Even there, Ganesha has been influenced and he has raised the god and showed above Mount Meru and showed these people the god. So Mongolia. So Ganesha is prayed in Mongolia. In this country, Ganesha is worshipped with a name called Mahapiyani. Mahapiyani means the one who preserves the spirits, and he guards the pagodas. Pagodas are the tall towers and the tops, and they consider that in these pagodas they have the spirit, supernatural spirit, and it is prayed all the time. And to maintain this pagoda, Ganesha is the god to worship. So if you worship Ganesha, these pagodas will be maintained. They have, and they still pray Ganesha there in this country, though it is not Hinduism. Which country is it? Burma, Bhutan, China, Cambodia. I think you can see pagodas in most of these countries. That is why I've confused you. But let's see whether you get the answer right. It's Burma or Myanmar. In Myanmar, the pagodas are thought to be preserved by Ganesha. So they pray Ganesha. In this country, Ganesha is worshipped along with Buddhist deities like this form. And he is called Ganapachi or Vinayaka 10 or Nayaka 10. Which country is this? Where they worship Ganesha as a Buddhist deity called Vinayaka 10. Is it Japan, China, Thailand, or Cambodia? Where is our Ganesha worshipped as Ganapachi or Vinayaka 10? Japan. That is the answer. So Ganesha is worshipped even in Japan. This is to show that Ganesha is not just famous in India. He is famous all over the world. This is not related to Ganesha, but related to Hinduism. I wanted to have 2 or 3 simple questions. This person is a very key person to introduce Hinduism to Western world, Vedanta and yoga. I think all younger generation should know this person Who's this person? Is he Narendra Modi? Is he Sachin Tendulkar? Is he Swami Vivekananda? Or is he Osho Guru? This person who's very famous to introduce Hinduism and its principles to Western world. I think most of you got it right. Yes, it is Swami Vivekananda. The famous lecture, if you think of world famous lectures, his one will be in the top 10, Swami Vivekananda. The reason is in Chicago, he started his lecture by saying, brothers and sisters. That is what Hinduism encompasses. Till then, people used to address others as gentlemen and ladies sort of thing. But he's the one who addressed everyone as brothers and sisters. That is what the Hinduism teaches. And he became world famous. This is a temple called Skanda Vale or Skanda Temple. Where is this Muruga? Muruga means he's a brother of Ganesha. Located. This temple is very famous. I've got an aerial shot here. This temple, is it in Northern Ireland or Scotland or Wales or England? It is in one of the United Kingdom countries. I would request people to go there. Very peaceful temple. And the temple principle is all gods are one. There is, if you look into this inside of the temple, Muruga is the main god, but you also have Mecca there. So we pray Mecca while we pray this god. And on Sunday, they have a mass where they pray Mary, Lord Mary. So Buddhism is also there. The principle is all gods are same. They are all powerful. We don't want to fight between religions. We are all the same. There is something more powerful than us. Especially in these times of difficulty, we need to believe. And that is the principle. And their goal is to help poor people and needed people. So does anybody know where Skandavale or Muruga temple is located? It is in Wales. Skandavale is in Wales. And the principle is all one God. That is the main principle. So it is near a place called Carmarthen in southwest Wales. Om or Om is the main principle of Hinduism. It is the way to pray God. Om and Om, Yam is silent. Which language is this Om written? Is it Brahmi Sanskrit language, Uttara Nagari language, Devanagari language script, or Sendamil Moli language? So which script is Om written? You can see the Om on the top in the red. Let's see whether people are getting right. These are the questions for parents. So let's see whether they have got. I don't think anybody has got it right, this question. It is Devanagari. Devanagari is a Hindi origin lipi in North India, and that is where Om is written like this. So Om, what we pray, is a Devanagari script. This will be the last piece question, which is the foremost goal of being a human being in Hinduism. Hinduism has various goals. Jnana means getting knowledge. All these are Hinduism goals. Jnana means knowledge. Dharma means righteousness, doing the right thing. Karma means whatever you do, it follows for afterlives. Brahma means one God, and we call it as Brahma. Not it's a caste, it's a God, Brahma. That I mean. So out of these four, which is the foremost goal of Hinduism? Let's see whether anybody has got it right. I don't think anybody has got this answer right. Keep typing. Let's see. Yeah, keep coming. Yes, Hinduism, the main goal is ethics or dharma. So follow the right things. Righteousness or ethics is the main principle behind Hinduism. So I've got a few more stories, but want of time, I will quickly go. But Sadiq will prepare meanwhile for the Arati. I'm going to tell two small stories. And Kiara, Ara, and Sadiq Bayani. Sadiq is my close colleague in the paint department in Leicester General. And I've been doing this community Ganesha event for last 3 years. And he is the one who does the Arati and Puja. And it is a mesmerizing puja he does. We will conclude in another 10 to 15 minutes, but I'll tell a couple of small stories quickly while he gets the puja things ready. So Hati Vesha, this is in Puri Jagannath temple. Puri Jagannath is a Vishnu temple. In that temple, you have Krishna on the left, Balabhadra or Balarama on the right, who's the brother of Krishna, and Subhadra, sister of Krishna, in the middle. And this is Vishnuism. Vishnuism is different from Saivism, where Shiva and Ganapati are there. Vishnu is a totally different sect. But here, they put elephant face mask on all these gods and they pray. This is called Hati Vesha. The simplicity is all gods are same. That is what everybody has taught us. Whether it is any god, anything, any religion, they are all the same. We have to respect and pray others. To make that, I made this Hati Vesha. So even Vishnu is prayed in the form of Ganesha during Durga Puja, and that is what we call as Hati Vesha or elephant mask. The other thing is Kola Bhav. I'll finish with this. Kola Bhav is a famous thing during Durga Puja in West Bengal, in Calcutta. In that time, what they do is they tie 9 herbs, as you can see here, along with the banana tree, and they put a sari around this and they place it next to Ganesha. Apparently, this is like a vegetative thing, and they place it next to Ganesha because Ganesha is a god of medicine, god of farming, god of vegetation. And while they pray Durga Mata, they pray this next to Ganesha, and this is called as kolabam. So if you pray Ganesha, vegetation will be preserved. That's the simplicity. Now we are going to have a Arati Puja, but I'm going to stop sharing the screen. We have got another 10 minutes. So I'm going to unpin ourselves and I'm going to pin Sadiq Bayani. I'll get him on the screen. Just give me a minute. Sadiq, can you unmute yourself? I'll try to unmute you. Yes, I have unmuted you and I'll pin your video so that you can. Sadiq, can you hear me?
Yes, Vasu, I can.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Sadiq Bayani is a pain consultant and anesthetist at Leicester General Hospital. He's a pious Ganapati prayer. He's a Muslim, but he also believes that all gods are same and respect to religions is the most key important thing. Sadiq, thank you very much for doing this every year. Sorry, this year because of the corona, we couldn't do a community event. But thank you. And Ara and Kiara are his daughters who are helping him today. So over to you, Sadiq.
Thank you so much, Vasu. Thanks a lot. Right, so that's basically the Guru Shet Halwai Ganpati in Pune. I'm originally from Maharashtra. So one of the things you told us, Lokmanya Tilak and the Ganesh Festival. Ganesh Festival is very, very highly celebrated. It's one of the most popular, celebrations in Maharashtra. The reason I'm a bhakt of Ganesh is my mom made prayers to Ganesha before I was born. So, so since my childhood, I've been praying Ganesha. I've been drawing pictures of Ganesha. I've got loads of idols of Ganesha. So, and even though I'm Muslim, but I think, it's the God I love. So, there shouldn't be a compulsion. We teach that to our kids as well, that all the religions are same and we should respect every religion. So, right. Can you see my screen as well, Vasu?
Yes, I can see, Sadiq. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to do the puja now, okay?
Thank you. Please carry on. We'll all pray while you do that. I'll mute others so that we can hear you. Thank you. Sadiq, we are still seeing your screen, so you can, yeah, thank you.
2 seconds.
You can stop sharing. We can see the God, I think, yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Also, give me 2 minutes.
No worries. Take your time. We have got another 10 minutes only. We are finishing before time. So please, all of you stay for another 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, Sadiq.
Okay. Vasu, can you see it on my webcam?
No, I can't, because if you have to stop sharing, I think, because you are still sharing your screen.
2 seconds. Here
If
you
you
go.
stop sharing, we will all be able to see your screen.
That's it. Here you go.
Yes, we can see now. Thank you. I'll mute myself so that we can hear you. Thank you, Ara.
Sukhakarta Dukhaharta Varta Vignachi Vajayachi Sarvangi Sundaro Shendurachi Ema Mukta Jai Jai Mangalamurti Matre Mana Swarne Matre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Jai Ratna Krishna Kumara Chandra Chiyoti Kumkum Indrutina Pore Charani Nagarya Jai Dev Mangalamurti Mangalamurti Darshan Matre Mana Swarne Matre Mana Kamana Purti Jai Lambo Garpi Tamar Pankar Vandana Tunda Sri Navina Das Ramaza Vatai Sajna Sankasti Pavave Nirvani Rakshave Survar Vandana Jai Dev Jai Mangalamurti Pushti मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव इंद्रांगन वंदीन चरण डोळ्यान पाहिन रूप तुझे प्रेमे आनंदीन आनंद पूजन भावे वाळीन मने नमा त्वमेव माता पिता त्वमेव बंधु सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिस्वभाव करोमि यज्ञं सरस्वरस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरि श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिकावल्लभं जानकीनायकं रामकृष्णं भजे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे गणपति बाप्पा मोरया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया नैवेद्य and then we can नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि Right, Vasu, it's a shame that I can't share prasad with you guys, but you know, usually if you guys would have been here, that would be nice, but
Thank you, Sadiq. It was really, we all feel blessed with your prayers, and you have arranged it so nicely. It was so pleasant to see the Ganeshas, nice flowers, idols. Thank you, Ara and Kiara, for helping him do that. And Sadiq, really blessed feeling in this evening because of your prayers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vasu. Thank you so much.
So we should be finishing in another 5 to 10 minutes if
I'm
you
going to
don't
be
mind.
hanging around. That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadiq. Thank you very much. Everybody thanks you. Thanks from the bottom of our heart.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot. Thank you.
So I'll start with a couple of more slides and we should be finished in another 10 to 15 minutes, I think, not more than that. Okay. I think before we finish, I want to say the best form of puja. What is it? Okay. That is what Hinduism teaches. I'm sorry, I said that it is an English one, but I'm going to use a small Tamil poem, but I'll translate it fully for your sake. Okay. How should we pray God? Many centuries ago, Tirumular, one of the famous saints, wrote in Tamil, Yavarkumam Iraivarku or Pachilai, which means if you want to pray God, don't go and worry about having famous idols, flowers and all. What Ganesha taught us, just some green leaves are enough. So put some green grass to Ganesha and pray. Yavarkumam Iraivarku or Pachilai. Yavarkumam Pasuvukku or Vayurai, which means yes, you can't get leaves or something, go and feed a cow, give some grass to cow. That itself is enough. If you take care of living beings in the world, you will attain moksha. That is what it says. Yavarkumam Iraivarku Pachilai, Yavarkumam Pasuvukku or Vayurai. If you can't get leaves or flowers, take care of the living being. You can't do that. You are busy. You can't find a cow or any living being. Then Yavarkumam Unnum Podu or Kaipidi, which means give some food to others who are needed, which means charity, basically. Can you do charity? That is like praying God. Yavarkumam unnum podu or kaipidi. The last thing is the best thing, what he says. You can't do that also. You don't have time, you don't have money, you don't have facilities to do. The last thing is the best thing, what Tirumular says. Yavarkumam pirarukku innurai dane. Best form of puja is saying nice things to others, being considerate to your community. That is the best puja. That is what it says. Yavarkumam pirarukku oru innurai. Being nice and smiling and talking to others and being more so in these days of Corona days. I think I'm sharing a photo sent by my close friend Arumugam from Preston. Aru, I hope you are here. So in this Corona, you can see Corona is in various forms. Now this God, Aru has told me, like, is going to fight Corona Asura. So there are various Asuras we have fought, Ganesha has fought. He will fight Corona Asura also, and we will win the fight. That is what he gives confidence. Always religion is to give us confidence, and that is what the belief is. To finish it, who else best rather than Subbu to finish this program? So I'm going to ask Subbu to come back and sing a small song before we finish this. Please stay for another 5 minutes. And Subbu, are you here? I can see you. Subbu, are you on the screen? Can you start your video on?
Yeah, Vasu, can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you. Just hold on a second. I will pin your video and you can be on the screen. Yes, we can see you. Subbu has gone to Devon for a holiday, but he has cut short his 28-mile cycle journey this morning and come back to sing for us. Thank you, legend Subbu. And we are eager to hear your finishing song now.
So thank you, Vasu, and all for this opportunity again. And I learned this from YouTube song yesterday. Hope it comes out well. Let's see. Gajanana he Shubhanana, Gajanana he Shubhanana, Gauri Nandana Gajavadana, Gauri Nandana Gajavadana, Mushikavagana Gajanana, Mushikavagana Gajanana, Modagasta Gajanana. Modagasta Gajanana, Pasupati Tanaya Gajanana, Pasupati Tanaya Gajanana, Paramadayala Gajanana, Paramadayala Gajanana, Paramaniranjana Gajanana, Paramaniranjana Gajanana, Bhakta Jana Priya Gajanana, Bhakta Jana Priya Gajanana, Gajanana He Shubhanana, Gajanana He Shubhanana, Gauri Nandana Gajavadana, Gauri Nandana Gajavadana. Thank you and Nandri, all of you.
Legend.
Thank you, Subbu. Thank you very much. We are coming towards the end. As I said, RISE always organizes function for the benefit of community and always start on time and finish before time. So we are finished before time. So there are lots of people who have come from various parts of the country as well as the world and listening to this a long time after their night also. Thank you each and everyone. Special thanks to all the children who participated and the adults who participated. Special thanks to Sadiq for the very blissful arati that we had. We are really thankful for all for giving us such a great support for each and every event. As I said, RISE will help each and every occasion, and the next one before Christmas also will organize one. So thank you very much and keep in touch with the RISE. Thanks for all your generous help for RISE, and thank you very much. All of you stay safe and help others. That is the message. Thank you very much. And bye now. Thank you. And we'll finish.
Bye.